also use a lot of eye brushes from different brands, not just MAC, and I use them all to achieve different looks in my eyes, if you can see. Right now I just have a neutral eye look. It's Cork in the corner, then Woodwinked in the center, or really all over the lid right here, and then Gorgeous Gold right here. Then I just Black Track Fluid Line, L'Oreal, mascara, I'm set. This is one of the cheapest brushes you will ever find. It's by Loew Cornell, and it's a Maxine mop in size 1/4. I believe that's 1/4 of an inch. It's incredibly tiny. Let's compare that to the 239. This is by MAC. The 239 by MAC is that big, and the Loew Cornell is this small. Now, I use this to apply in the inner corners of my eye, and also in the outer corner when I want to deepen the crease, and I just pull it through like this. Or down below when I just want to pack on some eyeshadow. I love it. It's great. It's just a small version of the 239. It's incredibly soft. It's made out of goat hair, so it's natural fibers, and you can use the same brush cleaner that you use with the rest of your makeup, so it's great. And another brush I use is the pencil brush. And I actually don't use this as much anymore. It's by MAC, it's the 219, which sucks because it's really expensive, but I don't know, the Loew Cornell just does what I want it to, and the 219 just, it spreads it around too much in my opinion, and this one just, it's precise because it's so thin compared to this, and you can flip it around and use the flat side when you want to cover more. And this one, I mean, you have to use the tip, and then you have to flip it on its side, and it's just, it's awkward for me. I'm just so used to brushes that are flat like this that I like this a lot better. Next is a 239, which I already mentioned. The MAC 239 is just a flat goat hair brush, and it's tiny. I believe it's 3/8 of an inch, and it's very soft. And I wasn't used to this at first because I was used to using like really cheap brushes that kind of like poked your eye and hurt it and scratched it and made it feel horrible. So this is amazing. It takes a while to get used to when you go from cheap brushes like that to moving on to something like this, but I love it. What I do is I just swipe it through my shadow, and then I use it to pack the color on my lid, and then kind of spread it out after I'm finished with all of my colors. But most of the time I just pack the color on, because that way you get the most vibrancy and it looks the cutest. So there's that. It's great because you can flip it on its side as well, and it's flatter on this edge, and you can get those those sharp edges and just sweep it up. I like it. My next brush is the 252. I don't use this as much as I'd like to because the 239 pretty much does what I want it to. I mean, I'll use it every once in a while just because I'll feel bad because I bought it and I kind of need to use it, and I'll just use it to pack on my base colors. And it's a natural brush, I think. I believe. I'm not sure if it's Taklon or not, but it doesn't look like it. It is brown, but it doesn't look like it. So I just use this to pack on the colors on my lid and then go about my business. Or lately I've been using it to highlight, which is right under the brow bone, because I don't really have a use for it. The 239, like, I have such a small eye, the 239 just does what I want it to do. Also, this is a really popular brush. Everyone uses this brush. I'm sorry if mine's a little dirty, but it's the 217. Everyone uses this freaking brush. I feel like I don't have anything to say about it, except it's great because it's flat on the side. Flip it around, it's rounder, and the top is domed, so it's really soft. It's same goat hair again as the 239. It stains easily, which sucks, but you can wash it away with MAC's really great makeup cleanser. And you just use it in circular motions or in windshield motions to fill in your crease. You can even use it to pack on color onto the tip and put it on your actual eye, so it's a good, like, versatile brush. But I don't know, it's a little too fluffy, so I haven't used it to pack the color onto my eye. I don't want to when I have the 239. But if you want to start off with a MAC brush, definitely start with this. This is the 224, MAC 224. It's a black brush, so it doesn't get stained as easily as the 217 would. And here's the difference. I would say this is a little more full, but they have the same softness. It's just that this is a little longer because I think this one's used just for primarily blending. Some people use this in their crease and they fill in their crease like that, but what I really do is I just use it to blend out my makeup. I use it as a clean brush. I never really put powder on this brush, and I just go in circular motions around my eye and blend out the edges of my makeup. I know you can't tell, but I can. I have a magnified mirror. You don't. Here's this. And I just blend out my makeup like that. I like it. This is a great brush that I also have, and it's by Sephora. It's the Black Professional brush in number 14. It's a smudge brush. Here's the tip. Very tiny. Like this. I love it. It's incredibly dense and it's a little pokey, but some people use this to smudge out their eyeliner, which I'm sure is what it's used for typically. But what I use this for is to run it along my eyeshadow like this. I just roll it through my eyeshadow in the pot, and then I use it to set my eyeliner. Because it's just so thin and small that it's perfect, and it's so dense that it just packs on the color where you want it to. So I just use it to roll it over my eyeliner. In the same way that some people roll over their concealer under their eye, I do that with my eyeliner. And I set it like that. And I also use the MAC 266, which is an amazing brush. It's very thin, incredibly thin, and it's very stiff. Compared to my Sonia Kashuk brush, which is also another eyebrow shading brush, this is just so fluffy. It's like, look at that. It's fatter, and this is cut incredibly thin, and this is just so fluffy. I don't know what to do with this. Typically, I'll just use this to like run it through my brows and soften up the color, but I apply the color with this brush. You can also use this for eyeliner. Some people use it in their fluid line and run it through so you can get that really sharp point at the very end. But I just use it for eyebrow powder. I just tap it on. You only really need a little bit because it's such a dense brush. And then I use it to run along the base of my eyebrow to give it definition. And then I just kind of push it through. And then at the very end, I wing it out like so. My eyebrows are a mess right now. I need to get them trimmed. And that's it. And then I do that with the other side, and if it's a little too harsh on one side, I'll blend it out with my Sonia Kashuk brow brush. But you don't even need this. I mean, you can just use any little like eyeshadow brush to soften it up, or those little spoolies, which I don't use because I have this, to just run it through and scrape off that extra bit of color. So that's what I do. It's like a little grooming tool. And then, last but not least, my MAC 209 brush. This one's a little faded because I didn't hear about the clear nail polish trick until a little while ago. But it's a fairly tiny little brush. It's pretty great because you just roll it through your liquid liner or your fluid liner, and then you just apply it from the side like this to get a thicker line. And then at the very end, you just use the tip to wing it out, and it's nice. Gives you a really cute cat eye look. I like it. Winged liner. That's all I use it for. That's it. And that's it for my eye brushes. If you like this video, please subscribe. Rate it if you hate it, even if you hate it. And add comments. Let me know if you have suggestions, and if you want to see a makeup look, just let me know, because this is, one of my very first videos, and I'm just having fun with this for now. So, yeah, get back to me.